Welcome to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with intuitive lightworker, national speaker, metaphysical teacher, and best-selling author Lisa Kessler. What is it you want to manifest? Are you looking to increase your income, change careers? Maybe you want to manifest a new home or a new car. Are you ready to bring love into your life? You have come to the right place.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here today, and I'm so grateful to everyone who takes time to listen to this podcast. It's Thanksgiving week here in the U.S., and my heart is full of gratitude just for everyone who is doing their part to spread the light in the world. There is a lot of chaos right now, but there are miracles everywhere if you are present enough to see them. So thank you so much for taking a minute to listen. And today, what I want to talk about is the rhythm of life, the rhythm of the universal energy around us. Because here's the thing is you can't always be way up at 100%. And sometimes we even think, oh, that would be great. I would have 100% great health, 100% of my bank account full of money, and 100% joy and totally in love all the time. But the reality of that is, how would you ever know that you were at your high point? We always need light and dark and happiness and sadness. We need both because otherwise we can't experience the fullness of that joy, if that makes sense. I'll use a different analogy. So when my daughter was growing up, she was a competitive figure skater, and we lived at the ice arena. We were there like 4 or 5 days a week before 6 a.m. It was rough. And she had days where she was learning a new skill, and all she would do was fall all morning. She would get off the ice and she's soaking wet and shivering and freezing. And over the years, we came up with this little saying we would say that how would you ever know when you're awesome if you didn't have a day where you totally sucked? And that has carried me through so much of my life, actually, from that point, because that is a reality. Landing a triple axel wouldn't be amazing if you didn't know how many times they had to fall. Right? So just know that it's natural for life to ebb and flow. When we think about it, just think about the expansion and contraction, I guess is the word I'm looking for. When you breathe in and your stomach expands and you breathe out and it contracts, that is the rhythm of our lives. We expand, we contract, we expand, we contract. And every time we push out of our comfort zone, our world gets a little bit bigger. And so when you see them, maybe see them as seasons, spring things pop up, summer is bountiful, and then the fall, the leaves start to drop, and in winter, everything hibernates so that we can have another beautiful spring. They are all necessary. They are all sacred. But here's what happens when we manifest is a lot of times people try to force what they want. And I have been there. I have been the micromanager when I'm manifesting of, oh my gosh, it needs to be this amount of money by this date, or, it needs to be this publisher or whatever. And when you try to force it, it ends up slowing everything down because the universe really does have an energetic flow. And when we step into it, when we surrender and allow, everything goes much smoother and faster than when we try and micromanage it onto our timeline. So when you think about manifesting, it's not just what you want. It's kind of like the dance between your desire and the energy that's around you. Sometimes the timing is just off. And when you learn to tune into that energy, when you allow for the ebb and then you trust when you're in the flow, you stop micromanaging and you start partnering. You start co-creating. The flow of the universe, it isn't passive. It's always listening. It's always responding. And when we trust it really does reveal itself right at the right moment. I have seen it happen for my clients over and over. And even though it's scary when you're in it, I am not going to lie. There have been times where I'm like, okay, universe, I'm trusting you. This is really scary. But it always works out even better than what I had envisioned when you can allow it. So how do you recognize, which season you're in? If we're going to use the weather seasons, there's always clues about the rhythm that you're in right then. Ask yourself these questions, journal about it. I think journaling and meditating can really help to get clarity. Ask yourself, am I being called to take action right now? Or am I being guided to rest and realigned? Does this feel like we're in the season for planting? Or maybe this is a season for harvesting. The universe is always communicating with us, but it's so much easier to hear when we stop trying to force our timing and just allow. And this kind of ties into something else I wanted to talk about is this is the time of year when finally my year ahead tarot readings go live. And right now you can go and book your spot. I don't start doing them until December 1st, but I already have days sold out because there are people that I only see once a year for these year ahead readings. But it really is a year ahead reading. You get 12 cards, one for each month of the year. And what it does is it gives you kind of an energy map. When you understand the energy of your year ahead, you aren't guessing anymore. It makes the trusting a lot easier. When you're not pushing while you should be pausing, if the card for that month is rest or heal or hibernate, all of those are telling you this isn't a month to push. This is a month to give yourself some well-needed rest to refill that creative well, whatever. It also tells you when you shouldn't be waiting, you should be moving. If you get a card that's about being in the flow or take action or any of those things, then you know right away when you get into that month, you look at your picture and go, oh yeah, that card said I should be moving forward. This is the month. So year ahead readings, they don't tell you what's going to happen for the year, but they are very, very on target for the energy. It gives you like an energetic map of your upcoming year, month by month, so that you can kind of align your actions with the energy instead of working against it. It's kind of like knowing, the tide before you put your boat out in the water, right? The timing, and it makes your journey a lot smoother, faster, and you can feel a little bit more empowered, like you're on a path, right? And I want to tell you, 2026, there's so much potential there. The energy is already building. And, this could be your year where you get clarity, purpose, and alignment. It's all going to matter. And knowing the themes that are coming up, knowing where your momentum months are going to be, gives you a really powerful advantage. I was talking to someone yesterday who got her very first ever year ahead reading last year and for 2025. And she told me that she manifested so much more in 2025. And she really felt like that having that little map, having her year ahead saved on her phone so that she could look at it, it really changed everything. And she can't wait to see what 2026 has in store. And you can have that too. All it is honoring the rhythm that you're in right now. So if you want to start feeling that rhythm, getting used to it, listening, here are some simple things that you can do. First, always check in with your body because your body knows. I was in a masterclass and they said, think of your body as a spirit guide. And I thought, what? That was a whole new way of looking at my body. But your body tells you things. It really does. When it's tired, how often do we drink an energy drink and keep going, right? Listen to your body. If your body says you need to go to bed early tonight, find a way to go to bed early tonight. Honor your body. Issues always go into your tissues, right? So listen to your body. Your body has a way of telling you what needs to happen. And then also start tracking your energetic highs and lows. So what I mean by that is recognize when you're most productive and when you're not, and stop working against yourself. If you're a creative out there, I work with a lot of writers, but know which time you are most creative. When are you most tapped into your creative intuition? Are you a night owl? Do you like to do it first thing in the morning? If talking to people exhausts you, maybe you need to create before you communicate with others, right? So understand your personal energetic highs and lows. Totally helps. And I'm going back to rest again, but rest when you need to. Resting is spiritual. Resting is resetting. Resting sometimes is manifesting. I'm going to use an example in writing. Sometimes we get caught up in you have to get this word count today. I've been there many times where I'm trying to force out those sentences. And sometimes the best thing you can do is get up and go fold laundry or something, right? Because when you get away from it and you allow your brain to rest, your subconscious can work out whatever situation that you have coming up in your life. So resting is not being lazy. Resting is self-care. So rest when you need to. And then the next one, follow the nudges. This is one of my biggest ones. You do not get nudges out of thin air. And what I'm talking about is signs, synchronicities, opportunities that show up and you're like, what? Take action on them. Follow those nudges. They don't come for no reason. If you suddenly get an idea in your head to go do such and such, go do it. Don't talk yourself out of it, because those nudges, that is the universe going, hello, here's where you're going to meet your person, or here is where you're going to get that perfect idea, or here is where you're going to connect with that person who is going to lead you to your next chapter of your career, something like that. So follow those nudges. When the universe is tapping you on the shoulder, that is being in the flow. But we have free will. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to follow the cards that are in your year ahead reading. But if you choose to, that is the flow. That's understanding the rhythm of the universe, the energetic rhythm, and it's stepping into it. So trust those intuitive nudges. And finally, the fifth one, which totally upfront is my problem. Because none of us are perfect. We all came here to learn. I'm not either. And so my final tip, number 5, stop trying to control everything. And I try. Some days I'm better at it than others. But the universe is always better at timing than we are. Divine timing is always working for your highest good. And when we try to micromanage and control it, we really are shrinking the amount of blessings that the universe has planned for us, because we're forcing a different path. So stop trying to come up with plan A, plan B, plan C, which is totally me, I know, but I'm working on it too. But stop trying to make all of these different, micromanaged plans for the universe, and allow, stand up, breathe. When I get in those cycles where I'm like, oh my gosh, well, if this happens, what if this happens? What if that happens? When I recognize that that is going on, because sometimes it takes me a little while and then I notice what I'm doing, I usually will pull a couple cards for myself and go with the intention of what's going on. And usually what I get are a bunch of cards about getting out of my own way. And when that happens, I always move back to rest, because I have done all that I can. I need to allow the universe to meet me halfway. So I will get up and go read. I'll go for a walk. I'll watch an episode on Netflix. And almost always when I come back to my computer, things are already working out for my highest good. good. I just had to get out of the way. So, as we move toward 2026, I want to encourage all of you to honor the rhythm of your life. Don't always be pushing. Take moments where you can step back as a witness and look at your life and go, oh my God, this is my life. I'm so blessed. Because those moments of complete and utter gratitude raise your vibration to bring in more blessings. However, we can't always live in a state of blessing. Everything contracts, right? Expansion and contraction. And when you allow the universe to show you when to breathe in and expand and when to breathe out and rest, then you are really stepping into your power as a co-creator. And anyway, if you're ready to step into that flow with confidence, with a path, I hope you'll consider a 2026 year ahead reading. The appointments are officially open, and I would love to read for you. It's kind of like pulling back the curtain on the universe and kind of getting an energetic map to navigate your year with intention, right? And the link, if you would like a year ahead reading, the link is in the show notes. And I only do them until January 31st, and the spots sell out every year. So don't hesitate. Give yourself a gift this year of intention, right? And clarity. And also, thank you. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast, for being part of my universe. Even if we've never met, our energy is meeting, and I really appreciate it. Thank you for trusting your journey. And just remember that your power, it grows more when you stop pushing the boulder uphill. Trust the ebbs and flows of the universe. Trust that divine timing is unfolding for your highest good. And know that the universe always has your back.
Thanks for listening to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with Lisa Kessler. If you have questions or comments, or if you'd like to work with Lisa to manifest your dreams, you can connect with her through her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net. That's also where you can claim your free weekly tarot reading and manifesting tips. Make sure you subscribe or follow the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast on your favorite podcasting site so you never miss another episode. As Lisa likes to say, we can make magic when we bring the universe into the equation. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. If you'd like more information about Lisa, Metaphysical Manifestation Mentorship, or the Manifesting Magic Mastermind, visit her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net.